it's Michelle, and welcome back to the Royal Daily Tea. I hope everyone had a lovely Thanksgiving. I actually had a very quiet Thanksgiving. I house and dog sat for my parents, and it was quiet and relaxing, and I did absolutely nothing productive at all. I thought I was going to do all this work, and you know what? Nope. I didn't, and I loved it. It was great. It was like a mini vacation, but now I'm back, y'all. There's so much royalty to go through. So sit back and relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get into the Royal Daily Tea. So there was a horrible story that has been circulating on social media about Queen Consort Camilla, and it's really scary, guys, what they're doing. They're literally setting the stage, preparing for Harry and Meghan's tour of trashing the royals, of course, right? So the story was where Camilla went to go visit, I believe, a school where they dropped off a lot of those Paddington bears that were left for Her Majesty the Queen's funeral. They had so many Paddington bears. They were showing them all over the palace. It was really cute, but they literally delivered a ton of these bears to this, I think it was a daycare, where Camilla interacted with the kids. It was adorable. Now, there was this one part of a video clip where Camilla, she picks up the arm of a little girl where she's trying to admire her bracelet. She even says, "Oh, look at her bracelet." Well, of course, the Sugars got wind of this video, and you guys, they have spun it in such a disgusting and sick way. They pretty much are painting her as a evil queen, the evil stepmother, the woman who was mean to Diana, and obviously is the one who may or may not have made those racist comments against little Archie because she was afraid to touch a black child. She literally was picking the girl up like, ew, and like touching her sleeve, which was completely not the truth. It was actually a really cute promo that the palace put out, this video that shows the entire clip of Camilla interacting with all of the kids. I'm going to go ahead and play it for you now.
I don't think I'd get on that.
No, I don't.
Hello. Very dress. Lovely. Hello. Where's Kat? Come. You're going to finish this? Okay, I'm here. Nice dress. You're going to do your finish your colour? Very. Hello. Smile. Jay? It's okay, Jay. We have to have them round. No, who would like a bear? You want mustard? You want bear? You want bear, Baba? You want bear? Couple more.
Would you like a bear?
You want a big bear here.
Do you want that? Thank you.
And there's somebody down there without a bear. There you are. Did you want a bear? Yes.
That's all right. Thank you. Oscar, what do you think? What do you think, Oscar? Do you like it? You like it? All right, well done. Try it. Well, he likes it. He likes it, yeah.
Mrs. Bird went to a lot of trouble.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's really kind. Well done, you girl.
Thank you very much.
So you could clearly see there was a lot more to the video that is being out on social media. I literally had a couple of arguments with people on TikTok, and I realized there's just no point, because you cannot argue with stupid. People are going to believe what they want to believe. And I know a lot of people are like, well, people in America really don't believe that. Unfortunately, they do. 50% of Americans still believe that Harry and Meghan were victims against the royal family. I had a person in my own family was like, I can't believe they're so mean to little Meghan. And I'm like, ugh. So again, people do believe this rhetoric that they are putting out, and that is why Harry and Meghan, or in my opinion, are becoming extremely dangerous. So they are definitely setting the stage for the royals are mean, evil, and racist. And here comes poor little humanitarian Meghan and little Harry, the little victims who escaped the palace. So in the same week, they showed something on the Archwell Foundation website of Meghan herself making lunches for a women's shelter in downtown Los Angeles. Now, look, I think it's great if they actually are giving back. Wonderful, kudos to them. But I'm sorry, you cannot convince me you're a sweet, kind, generous person when you are horrible to your staff and you are horrible to your family. Sorry, sister, I don't buy it. You can bake 100 pumpkin pies, walk door to door, and that doesn't make you a good person. Being a good person starts at home, how you treat your family, how you treat your staff, your friends, your animals, etc. Not what you do for the cameras and what you put out on your social media and on your website. To me, that is an act, period. I don't care what you put out there, sweetheart. I'm not buying it. So Harry, Meghan, they are definitely setting the stage, kind of like how you would set Thanksgiving dinner. They're setting the stage for that controversial award that they are getting on December 6th. So you guys, the next couple of days are going to be very interesting in the world of the royals. We have Catherine and William going to Boston for the Earthshot Prize. That's going to be on December 2nd. We have Harry and Meghan picking up their Ripple of Hope Award on December 6th, which apparently is for them fighting racial justice, mental health, and causes to make a positive social impact. So I don't know how they fought racial justice. Maybe that Zoom speech that Meghan gave back in 2020 for her alma mater. Maybe that was the racial justice where she jumped on the George Floyd bandwagon for about 3 seconds. The mental health, is that Harry's job at Better Up where he earns a paycheck and talks about mental health on the Me You Can't See with Oprah Winfrey? Is that what they're doing? And then, of course, the positive social impact. Is that when they're trying to silence free speech? Is that their impact that they're talking about? Now, of course, Carrie Kennedy has really stepped in it. She had to defend her decision to give the Sussexes this award. And so she said that they are taking a heroic stance against the structural racism of the royal family. Whew, that was not a good move, Carrie. But we all know Carrie likes to take a little drinky and get behind the wheel of a vehicle. Just saying. So apparently, Harry and Meghan have been radio silent. In my opinion, this is causing a little bit of a problem now for Harry. So I am going to come out with a video for my 2023 predictions for the royal family. But let me just tell you right now, I believe 2023 is going to be the Annus Horribilis year for the Sussexes. And it's starting in November of 2022 all the way to the end of 2023. I am going to say Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are going to be just like Her Majesty the Queen when she looked back at the year 1992 and said, that is my Annus Horribilis. Well, Harry and Meghan, I hope you're paying attention because history is repeating itself. And 2023, in my prediction, is going to be your Annus Horribilis. And it's going to be at your own hand. You're not going to be able to blame anyone, son, for this mess. So I have someone on my channel who gets mad at me when I go for Harry, but it's like, ma'am, if he does not stand up and speak out and say, hey, I'm not about this, I don't support these accusations against my family and against the royals, then he is complicit, complacent, and 100% on board with this character assassination against his own family. He is no longer a victim, he is a willing participant. I cannot give this man a break when he stands silent and lets his wife trash his family. He's joining in, he's cashing the check. He's doing it for a dollar bill. So in my opinion, he's no longer a victim. He is now a willing participant. So when Carrie came out and said that they were fighting against the structural racism of the royal family, Harry and Meghan have not corrected her. They have not come out and said, actually, Carrie, we're just fighting against, racism as a whole and mental health and our stance on, trying to control social media. But no, nothing. Crickets. So there's been some conflicting information. Will they or will they not show up to accept this award? Because what they say, how they say it, is going to be very, very important. If they come out and say, we're accepting this award because the royal family and the structural racism that we faced, that's slander. And I believe it could possibly be treason against the UK, against the royal family. So Parliament, they're going to be pricking up their ears and saying, I'm sorry, son, what did you say? Can you repeat that? What you say? Huh? They got to be very, very careful on who they blame and who they name, who they slam, because it's not just about my daddy didn't give me what I wanted and I'm going to throw my toys out of the pram. If they go on national television and take an award accusing the royal family of structural racism without any proof, where I come from, that's called fighting words, sweetheart. That's a big deal. Now, when they went on the Oprah Winfrey show, they said it was a family member had made a racist comment about Archie's skin color. Again, hearsay. We don't have context because context is everything. That was bad enough when they accused a member of the royal family of making that comment. But if they come out and say the institution as a whole is racist, they're now implicating a lot. And a lot of people, the government, everything as being racist. And he's a royal, walking around with a royal title and royal privilege. His father is the King of England. So it's a lot different, and the context will have a bigger meaning. And in my opinion, if they get on that stage and they say that, it's going to be over for them. That 2023 will be a year of reckoning on top of their Annus Horribilis, okay? Because it will no longer be up to King Charles. Parliament will be now involved, okay? They're going to say, Charles, you better sit down, son. We're taking this on now. Because it's no longer just a spoiled prince complaining about his daddy and that he was second born. Okay, he's now trashing the whole monarchy and possibly the government and the UK. He's already trashed the people of the UK and insinuated that they're trying to hurt his wife the way that they try to hurt his mom, and that he needs all this protection. I mean, he's already trashed the poor people of the UK, who quite frankly were very gracious to him and his wife, in my opinion, during the funeral. So now if he brings this up in the speech, Parliament's going to enter the room. Okay? He's going to be in treasonous territory. Now, I don't know the laws, but what I've heard, this could be considered treason because it's slander. Okay? Again, I don't know the laws, but I do believe that this could be very, very bad. Very, very bad. So the fact that these two individuals are getting their bread and butter based on their titles and the connection to the royal family, it's a little bit hypocritical and ironic that you're getting an award fighting the, quote, system that's paying your bills. It's a little ironic, don't you think? Oh my God, was that literally a line from Alanis Morissette? Sorry. Anyways, so I really do believe that 2023 is not going to be a good year for the Sussexes. They're starting off not even into the new year with this award. Then we have their docu-series from hell that they've been filming for the past 20 years, it seems like, is coming out on December 8th. So to me, it's like it's just going to keep going down, 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 and all the way down. So in my opinion, the Annus Horribilis is definitely starting in December for the Sussexes. So not only do they have this Ripple of Hope award, this fake award on December 6th, which pretty much could seal their fates if they don't tread lightly on what they're accepting the award for and what they say in their speech. Now we have December 8th is apparently the day their docu-series is going to drop. Now, Harry and Meghan are already disassociating themselves from the docu-series. The word on the street is that they had artistic differences with their first director that they've already, parted ways with. And then with Liz Garbus, they're not happy with the direction that it took. According to an inside source, Harry and Meghan wanted this to be a very scripted series, not like a reality show where they're getting the fly on the wall docuseries, which we all wanted, let's be real. But no, Meghan wanted it to be a very calculated and scripted TV show that showcased their love story and all of that fake footage of them pretending to be royals in America. Quite frankly, I'm embarrassed for them. It's embarrassing. You guys left being real royals where you did actual royal duties to come to America to pretend to be royals doing royal duties. Like, what? That is the most asinine thing I've ever seen in my life. You guys look like a joke. But apparently their vision for their docuseries was to show them in a new light, to let people know that they're, quote, hard-working people. I'm sorry. Hardworking? Y'all didn't even make it a year and a half as a married couple in the royal family, and you worked 72 days and you bitched the entire time. You took 13 vacations in a year and a half. But you're hardworking? You show up at events with a camera crew, you take photos, you kiss a couple of babies, and you leave 15 minutes after. But you want people to think you're hardworking when you literally have your security guard on the way to drop little Archie off at his daycare stop and hand the homeless person a granola bar out of the trunk because you don't want to get your hands dirty touching the homeless person. You're going to have your bodyguard do it. Are you serious? So apparently Harry is really worried it's going to be a flop. No shit, Sherlock. No shit. It is going to be a flop because if you and Meghan have anything to do with it, let's be honest here, it's going to be a crap show. It might even be fun to watch because we all like car crashes, but it's going to be cringe worthy, okay? It's going to be Harry and Meghan selling this fake love story. Mama, Papa, salt, pepper, peanut butter and jelly, where she's literally love bombing him to death with her little psycho glares that she thinks are sweet, where she pushes ahead of him and with the camera crew with all of their little fake royal footage. I mean, cry me a river. It's going to be a snooze fest. Okay. The reason why the newlyweds were so good was because it was literally real. Jessica Simpson talked about Chicken of the Sea and we were like flabbergasted. But it was interesting. And Nicole Smith, interesting because she was real. But this is going to be a scripted show with Meghan pretending to be a likable person, like she is on that interview where she's pretending to be Julia Roberts. I make a mean bolognese sauce. Is this what this docuseries is going to be? 2 hours of Meghan? And then their footage of their fake royal tours that we've all seen? No wonder they're embarrassed because BS does not transpire well on film. people can see through it. You know what I mean? It's very easy to manipulate a clip or two, but 2 hours or 3 hours or several episodes of BS and fake love bombing and her looking at him and saying, we're so in love, and then showing these weird clips, like, it's going to be bizarre. If they're not going to give me the Newlywed or Anna Nicole Smith trash reality show realness, it's not going to be exciting. It's going to be like that little interview she did for Variety where she's pretending to be Julia Roberts. She like always channels a different actress. Every time she's on camera, she's completely different. So Harry is now worried it's going to be a flop. Meghan is already, threw the director under the bus. I feel bad for Liz Garbus. You're putting your name on trash, basically. How embarrassing for you. But again, she kind of came in and just took all the footage and threw it together and said, do something with this, right? They had so much footage. The other director left because they refused to film in their home, which is kind of what people want to see. What's the point? So I have no idea what's going to happen on this docuseries, but if Meghan was trying to script it, it's going to be awful. Let's just put it that way. So on top of this really controversial award they're getting on December 6th, they then had their docuseries on December 8th, and then Harry's book Spare on January 10th. Like, we're barely into 2023, guys, and it's a crap show. So when I say Annus Horribilis, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Don't forget, Harry and Meghan have 4 lawsuits that are happening in 2023. 4, 2 with the Home Office, 1 with the Associated Newspapers, and 1 with Meghan and her sister, Samantha Markle, which I pray to God it is televised like the Johnny Depp interview. I would pay for that. Please be televised. When Charles ascends the throne after his coronation, I think things are going to get real. I think things are going to change. There could be some titles being lost because if Harry and Meghan are not careful, their luck is going to run out. And in my personal opinion, I think they're going to start losing some lawsuits. They're going to start losing some of that money that they made. And if his book doesn't sell well, he has a 4-book deal with Penguin Random House, but honestly, I don't know they could cancel him. I don't know how that works, but there's rumors that Spotify is not going to renew for a second year. And then if they flop with the docuseries, you haven't heard of Harry and Meghan signing any multi-million-dollar deals since 2020. Since they've done Netflix and Spotify and Penguin Random House, which again, those are very big deals, you haven't really heard of any new big deals. Besides his job at Better Up, where he's the used car salesman of mental health. Besides that, they haven't really signed anything else. The Bench is literally in the clearance bin. It's like you never hear them talk about The Bench. It's like a bad dream. Pearl, gone. Those 2 things are kind of, we just don't talk about them. We don't talk about Pearl. We don't mention it. We don't mention The Bench. Okay? And the Spare, it's already being panned. I know people were making a big deal saying, oh, on Black Friday, it was for free. Audible does that a lot. They'll offer huge, name brand, name book deals for free if you sign up for Audible. It wasn't just Harry. They do this all the time. But how embarrassing that they did use his book as the advertisement. It's like, oh, is this a preview of things to come? So in my opinion, if the royal spare doesn't grow a pair and start saying, hey, I'm not down with this. I'm not going to, badmouth my family. I'm not down with this bogus award. If he doesn't start standing up and correcting some of these accusations that are being flown at his family, he's going to be in for a world of regret. In my opinion, he is going to look back at this time in his life with a major royal regret. It is going to be Annus Horribilis for the Sussexes, and I personally believe you're going to start seeing more cracks in their marriage. They're going to start living separate lives. They might even go bankrupt. Unfortunately, I think he's stuck with her for like another year. Grow a pair and stand up and do the right thing. Do not let this woman drag you down. This was a man who was jealous of his nephew George because he was afraid of being irrelevant and put out to pasture like his uncle Andrew. This was a man who was jealous of the attention and the future his brother had as a future king. He was the spoiled spare. He got way more money from his great grandmother because she made special grievances for him because he was the royal spare. This is a man who's gotten special attention his entire life. He's spoiled, he's self-indulgent, he's self-important. He married Meghan, who's literally the same person as him, just the female version. They did not leave the royal family due to racism. They left the royal family for money and opportunity because they wanted to become American royals. For two people who hate the royal institution so much, they're fighting so hard to stay in. People need to think. If they really hated the royal family and they left because they were victims of structural racism, why does he have 2 lawsuits suing the Home Office for security? Why does he still have his home at Frogmore Cottage? Why does he use his royal titles? He could drop them at the door. Why is he fighting for his children to have royal titles? If he wanted to be removed from the royal establishment and be 100% independent, he could have done so. But him and his wife continue to butter their bread with their connections and their titles from the royal family. It's called hypocrisy. So the fact they're getting an award for fighting a fictional structural racism from 2 royal grifters who were literally banking on their connections to the royals all the way to the bank. It's like people need to think, but instead they hear racism and that's all they need to hear. No facts, nothing. And a lot of people believe, and there's a big speculation, that Harry is going to name the family member who may or may not have made those questionable remarks about Archie's skin color in his book. And many people believe it could be Camilla. And that is why that story of her afraid of touching the little black kid's hand is literally setting the stage for character assassination against her and the royal establishment. So what do you guys think? Do you think that Harry and Meghan are making a huge mistake by accepting this award? And do you believe they're going to make a speech where they're going to either deny it's the royal family or they're going to accuse the royal family of structural racism? And do you believe 2023 is going to be the Annus Horribilis for these Sussexes? Please leave your comments, guys, down below. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. And please be sure to check out my other YouTube channel. I will have some new videos on there this week. We are also approaching almost 20,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.